Hi, welcome back. I believe all of you had a fantastic weekend. I think those who are different, apart from Middle East, I believe your weekend is going great. This Saturday, and those who have an Independence Day yesterday, so those who are part of Pakistan, I think so. You had a great Independence Day celebration, and today in India is Independence Day. I believe you also had a fantastic Independence Day celebrations going on. Today we're back to a very serious topic: large-scale opportunities. Large scale means not just we are talking about a $3,000 or a $10,000 to make a month. We are talking about a large scale, means millions of dollars. How do we make within online businesses? And even if businesses goes wrong, how we make money? Things goes wrong if we are not making. If we make our business turn to be, it's a loss making, but still we make profit. So that's one of the things we are going to discuss today. This is generally known as a website flipping, but that's only a terminology. But we are going to discuss in detail about that opportunity, the different methods, scenarios, and opportunities, and different websites, different people, how they did it. There are a lot of hundreds and thousands of examples, how they did it, how we can be part of it. And there are 5 different strategies where you can implement since beginning, so then things goes wrong. So I know most of you are first time starting in online businesses, or maybe already started up online businesses. Now you are not able to get the expected result. So what happened? This kind of uncertain situations. That's exactly this topic we'll be covering about it. Okay, so we'll jump into that as usual. To the topic, I would like you to get settled down and make sure that you have a tea, coffee, or a beverages, or whatever you have a comfortable. And focus is very important today, because the terminologies and examples and the methods and scenarios. So with a lot of examples, we'll be discussing today to understand about the opportunity of flipping, because that's what we have the topic name, right? Okay. So as usual, I'll take you by slide. So then we'll see how we can discuss about it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, once again, I welcome all of you for the day 34th day of 100 Days of Digital Mastery Challenge. Today, August 15th, Saturday, August 15th, 2020, Saturday, 7 p.m. I'm live from Doha in Qatar. Okay, so now today is the topic we are going to discuss about website flipping. So that's a terminology people use. What exactly today? Website flipping. That's one of the word. Maybe some of you maybe initially first time hearing about. Please don't worry. And if you already know flipping, it's easy for you to understand. If you don't know flipping, I'm going to talk with you a lot of examples and case studies. Some of the things people are already doing it. Okay. So it's kind of easy for you to understand. It's kind of a digital real estate. Like we compared the food last time about the website traffic, but here is a more appropriate. In fact, actually, it's not only examples which I use across the globe. People use as an example. It's not an example. It's actually a digital real estate. It's how the real estate markets work in the physical world. Website flipping is exactly like it works like a real estate businesses. If you understand the related business, it's very easy for you to understand. Most of us, we could not associate many other people are not able to part of the digital real estate market because the investment is so high. And we may not have that kind of money to invest in, because investment is quite high. Either you have to buy an apartment or a villas, or you need to invest to the large amount with the various other under construction projects or conceptual projects. We don't have that kind of money to invest. That's the reason we are not part of it. But in the online business, it's not that huge investment, but return on investment exactly, or a much more than on the return on investment from the real estate business. So digital real estate is actually, in fact, when we look at it, much more profitable, much more easier, much more faster, with minimum investment, with a almost a nil investment. Even one of the scenario which I'm discussing with just a startup, even doing nothing as well, you will be able to make a website flipping. So it's also we'll discuss about one of the strategies. Okay, so now website flipping is a terminology, as I mentioned, across the globe people use it. So it's kind of a digital real estate. According to me, this should be the right terminology: online business flipping. That's actually, but it's not only the website, but that's what the people talk about. Website flipping. So that's why it's known as a website flipping. But actually, when you today look at why I'm saying it's online business flipping is the most appropriate thing. Today, now people not only flip it, the website. So the best example of a WhatsApp. WhatsApp is bought over by Facebook, right? So acquisition and merger happened that way. Now, that as many other people flip it as their social media profile. So many celebrities, so many good influencers today, when you look back their social media profiles, the initial 100,000, initial 1 million followers, actually, they're not created. They bought from somewhere and changed the niche and elaborated and change the look and feel, then when become the influencers. Some of the political leaders, some of the celebrities, all of them did not develop them scratch. They bought over another property, another social media profile, either Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. They bought from somewhere and they made it. So by looking at this opportunity, there are people who have made it ready to sell it as well. So social media people buy and sell it. Mobile application people buy and sell it. People also sell a kind of a blog. People also sell a blog. And people also sell, of course, on the various websites like e-commerce website, normal website, portfolio website, maybe article website. People also sell the content. Say, for you to start any kinds of businesses on this niche, I have 1,000-page, 2,000-page content, built it in a platform with a review, with comment, with sharing, with a real case study, and you can just start with a template. This is another method people do. And there are many people do affiliate website, many people do drop shipping website, many people do, just a template, just started a website and a domain name. I think domain name, one of the things which we discussed earlier. So in a way, all the things which we do in online business, that can be treated as a digital real estate. And it's a different way of a pricing it is. And sometimes you may not be noticed this one. I would like to, the objective of my today's webinar is, I want you to look into this opportunity. I want you to identify the opportunities where you will fit in. One of the things which another intention of mine is today, another thing which I wanted to communicate is, now first time you're starting an online business, or maybe you just started maybe a couple of businesses and not going well. Sometimes you have a little pessimistic approach, or maybe you feel it is you're worried about it's not approaching it. So you can't be optimistic about sometime if things is not working on, still you can make money if you can properly flip it. So that's an important part. So these are the two objectives which I set for today for myself to when we're discussing with you. So that way we become more confident, more vision oriented, we're more productive, and we can also have a good different strategies to make money. So again, I'm not talking about not like $100 and $1,000, like we always talk about $100 per day, $3,000 per day, per month. No. Today we are talking about much more, maybe 10,000, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, 2 million, how we make it. So that exactly today's topic we'll be discussing. Now, another important point, it can be a plan B. So that's exactly, see today, I think some of you are going through every day, all these videos, you're spending 100 minutes, then again, you're going 30 minutes or 1 hour of the mentorship. Then again, you're working on a various research, you're setting up your social media, you're setting up your website. And you're putting up 3 to 4 hours of an effort every day. Maybe some of you are doing much more than that. Now, when you do this kind of effort, so everybody has a goal. Everybody is expecting a kind of a result. I want to make this kind of a money. I want to do a website to be like this. But in a business, as an entrepreneurship, it is not guaranteed, right? Which is basically really challenging. That's exactly the business is all about. That's exactly the risk of a business. So then what is your plan B? So if you do everything right, things is not working. Sometimes it happens, like Nokia said. Nokia said everything we did right, but the situation got changed because of the situation. So we never know. Sometimes things won't work. Sometimes we don't get the expected result. Maybe some other thing in the personal life, our choice will change. Maybe our priority will change. So now the money, time, and effort you are doing, what's the backup plan? So that's exactly flipping can be a plan B. So that's the reason before you start the business, or if you already started a business, you need to start paying attention now for plan B. So website flipping, in a way, it's a plan B for you. So now what is guaranteed for you? For example, you set up a website. Let's say an example we take last week we did affiliate mastery. Now, affiliate mastery, you choose the right niche, you identify the keyword, you become a merchant, you're associated with the affiliate merchants, and you got an affiliate program, you set up an AdSense account, and you also start working on a social media audience creation. You also working on a double opt-in email website, emails you made it. Then you also did a good SEO, and you try to reach in the Google first page, even the Google first page reach, but sometimes you're not getting expected conversions, or maybe expected traffic is not coming. So something. So, but what we can guarantee, so is that guaranteed? All the things we do, is that guaranteed we are going to make money? Actually, no. Only we cannot guarantee, right? Because in the business is like that, life is all about that. But what we can guarantee, so you are sure about what you're doing for 5 hours a day, and another 1 year you're continuously doing, but you're not getting expected result. This 1 year effort you did, one year research you have done, 1 year your brainstorming, brain works you have done, your thought you have done, the training you went through, the research you went through, the tools you used, and the social media audience you created, your content you have created, the product you added to the website, and the opt-in list you got on your SEO ranking, everything has a value, and which can flip it. So that's why you have to plan it. So now your plan A, you have to make money, maybe $3,000, $10,000 per month, and 1 year I'll try. 1 year is not working, then I flip it for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. This is exactly the plan D. So I want you to look at this way. So this gives you a lot of confidence, peace of mind, because now everybody has answered, am I going to succeed? It's okay. That's fear. A kind of level is okay, but you should also have hope, right? Have a confidence. Those I want to give you a confidence. Even things goes wrong, you can make money with flipping, but you have to plan it. So tomorrow you wanted to flip it, you really wanted to plan it. And some of the businesses, how you plan it, some of the businesses when you look into, they really plan only for a selling off. There are so many companies start, they know tomorrow Amazon will buy, tomorrow so-and-so company will buy. They actually plan for selling as well, flipping as well. So it's not that is actually your take as a plan B. Some companies plan A itself is a flipping. So definitely you can also have a plan B as a flipping. So that's the reason I would like to remind you today. You need to pay attention. So to understand with an examples and scenarios which is discussed. And I also show you maybe 10, 15 examples how the people flipped it and made money, and which can be applied. It can be e-commerce website, it can be mobile application, it can be affiliate website. All the examples also we are going to discuss today. Okay. Now, another thing is you can be your exit strategy. Exit strategy is basically when we discuss day after tomorrow. I think this week, not after tomorrow, we are talking about how do you find an investor. So investors' point of view, also investors, one of the questions they ask exit strategy. So if you're an investor, you are identifying an investor and talking to investor. So investor will ask you, what's your exit strategy? So if you mention a flipping, and they'll ask us possibility of that, then you have to go to the research, which I give you a couple of sites and a couple of questions. You need to answer. So that's one of the peace of mind to the investor as well. Okay, this guy is good. He's trying to do. Even things won't work, I get back at least my money plus with profit. That make a lot of peace of mind to the investor. Same way, you know, every business has exit strategy. When we discuss a business plan, we discuss in detail a couple of days from now. In the exit strategy, the most important part, one of the things is you can take it as a flipping in a very positive manner. I mean, it can be going for an IPO. That's another exit strategy. Similarly, you can have an exit strategy as a flipping. So that's the reason. All the aspect of flipping, when you look at even before you start a business, before you actually venture to the major activities of the business, it's important for you to have it. Okay. Now, what is exactly this online business flipping? What exactly? So before we go to scenarios and strategies, I would like you to be in the same page. So what exactly is online business flipping? The basic idea, behind a flipping on online business is just buying a website or a domain or a social media at a lower price and selling for a higher price. That's exactly that people talk about. So we are not normally talking about if you're building. Of course, you can build, because actually the flipping word comes with some averagely, average way is running or a less profit making or a loss making companies, or even just startup websites and other mobile application. People started buying, including the domain name, is buying and make it better and sell it off. That's the way the flipping started. But actually today, everybody in the world give us one of the points. They wanted to flip it. Every business with a plan such a way they sell it. Okay. So this is exactly flipping. So what exactly a website flipping? So we are talking about two things. One is online business. when we see online business, which is everything included, right? Online business can be through website, can be blog, can be mobile application, can be social media, and maybe maybe an affiliate program. So many methods we can have online businesses. So online business, you can actually flip it. Same way website alone, actually you can flip it. Website buying. So what is exactly website flipping? Is the buying, improving, and selling on the website. That's exactly website flipping. So this is another opportunity, another method people do, and this is what exactly initially started. Later, social media added, domain added. In fact, actually, domain became very popular because people made such a small investment of $12 with millions of dollars. So that's become very popular, and plus the domain you just buy and keep it with you. Your website, at least you need to work and add a product and a content, and you run and operate. Many people in the world just bought a couple of domain names that changed their life. So you can think about a good domain, which we discussed about how the domain opportunity earlier we discussed already, but today I'll give you a few more examples on it. Okay. Now, basically, we have 3 different types of a website flipping in the market. Can you think about which are those market? So I don't know how many of you really thought about it. So there are 5 to 10 methods, but can be categorized as 3 types. The one is actually beginner's flip. So you're just starting this website. So it can be 0 to 1 month, 0 to 1 year, which when they say 0 means sometime you can go to the sites, which is website, flipping website. I'll introduce you some of the website where you can put your concept alone. Just put a concept and put a template you choose, and that can be flipped. That's what I said, 0. Okay. Now 12 months. This 12 months, you're building your business and you set up a website and you added a products or a services. You did a tie-ups. You got a payment gateway. You got a social media. You got a all the arrangements and everything, and you are growing, but you're not making profit. So that can be flipped. Not only that can be flipped, many people make a website like that. Hey, ready to start businesses. You can buy this. So that's part of a beginner's flipping. Now this is actually can be from scratch. Just you go to some other, like for example, how you can try this. You go to admwebsitebuilder.com. There are a lot of templates for various businesses. Now you go and take the one of the themes and opt it. You know that there's a trial period, even without a domain. Even that you can go and sell it if you have a right. But why should people buy? But there should be value. But that template is good. This idea is good. You can actually do. Okay, there are many people do. You go to Flipkart.com, you can see people sell for $90, $100, $200, $1,000, $2,000. Even they don't have a website. They just thought an idea. They sell it. So that's part of a 0. That's the reason I said not 1 month, 0, right? They were not even started. So that's got 0. So up to one year, they can be, we can as a beginner's one. Okay. Now, this is a standard flipping, which is second category. Standard flipping is basically, it's a very most common actually. And it's a fantastic business model. I think that's what I would like you to focus than the beginner's one. Of course, beginner's one you can do. You can try some of the money to make it. Actually, earlier we are planning to do during the 100 days itself. Now, even our championship period, because everything we put it to championship period. Now you can make a website. You can sell it off championship period. I'll tell you how. Tomorrow we have one strategy discussion in detail about it. We'll discuss about it. Okay. Now, basically, you buy a good website and enhance it by looking at the potential, and you sell it for a higher price. This is a very common thing. Okay, so this is exactly I want you to plan on. Now, another one is a long-term investment. Long-term investment is you work on a 3 to 5 years on a website, make a team, make a product, make a traction. So many people comes to the website and making money. And you also good investment to do that one and sell it for this maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So when you look at it as now online shopping model, when you ask us a vision, one of the things is actually we are looking at a long term. Some companies will buy out, like Amazon. So that's one of the things which is we are working on it. Same way, you can also plan as some kind of a long term investment flipping. And this actually look at the strategies. This looking at the strategies of a long term. You can also play, beginners methods. And even a medium one, you can work on it. Okay, and this I'll call the standard one. Okay, that's because some people make around $100,000, $200,000. But if you're planning for millions of dollars, of course, the long term is the game. Maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years. Even sometimes there are an example with 2 years as well. Maybe 1 year also there is an example. But in generally 3 to 10 years of time, we required this to happen. I'll share with you a couple of examples on that front. So you need to think about in these three categories, which one you wanted to work on based on your personal goal, based on your financial requirement, based on your skills, and you want to try all the three, it's also welcome. You do one thing, beginner one, you try understand how it works, and you plan for a standard one, and also plan for a long-term one. Okay, this one. Okay, now this is it's a fantastic thing. Is a make a good money. It's a huge money. Okay. Now, before we go and understand and analyze all the flipping part of the businesses, of the online businesses, we really understand and professionally we look at this, how the physical world flipping happening. So website flipping is a part of our flipping. Online business flipping is a part of our flipping. So what exactly is flipping? So flipping is basically buying an asset and then selling straight away. So this is the word is called as a flipping. Now, it's make a good profit and a quick profit. Quick means sometime in 1 month, sometime in 1 year, sometime even instantly 1-2 minutes itself you make money, right? So it depends upon how you do it. So one of the flipping thing is normally known as in the market. Stocks, the stocks are, I'm not just referring here as a stocks, just buying and selling immediately, trading alone, apart from that as well. Then shares, real estate is a very common, that's what exactly we are comparing. Then commodities, the people invest in commodities and make run material objects. So also, these are the major things. You take a couple of examples here. Now, shares of the companies, some of them you buy for maybe $1, and that it goes up to $4,000, $5,000 per share. So $1 investment, $4,000, $5,000 in maybe 5 years time, 10 years time, you get that kind of, then you flip. So that's one method. In some cases, you take so many companies' history. The shareholder forcefully sold the shares to the people. An example of Infosys. So the founder of that company was forcefully selling the shares. Their employees, when they hired, an HR person telling, okay, this is your salary per month, but 50% will come as a cash, 50% will give you as a shares of the company. You can sell it, and later selling is better. That's what is exactly he talk about. Okay, so this is one of the way people bought it, and that's the reason when the company went IPO, in terms of the person who's having more than $1 million, around 300 employees of the company. The employees include even to the entry level, even the security guard and the housekeeping employees. They also become a millionaire. Why? Because they were getting a kind of a paper, and they said that the boss is saying it after some time have good value. Some people not only understood that way. And because they don't understand IPO, he said, the chairman was saying, we go to IPO, we go to NASDAQ and list to New York Stock Exchange. So the people who come from with the limited resources from the villages and the remote with less education, work as a cleaning, work in as a security, they did not understood this game. But they know only 50% they get as a cash, 50% as a paper. After some time, I get it. But all these people become a millionaire. So this is another example. Another example when you look at it is, one of the company, I don't want to mention the company name, which is not very positive here now. The company owner did not have money to pay to the landlord of that where the software company was running. Okay, and so after 3 months later, the landlord asked him to get out. No, you're not paying the rent. I want you to vacate. So he went and said, I am there. I'm doing great, but actually the cash flow is not coming. I'm sure I'm going to succeed. He tried to convince the landlord. So, no, I need some kind of a guarantee. So either tomorrow you come back again, say 3 months you're not able to pay. I also came to know your salary is not paid last 3 to 4 months. So how are you going to manage? All this question happened. Finally, he sold the company's 20% of the shares. And that 20% of the shares, it is within 4 years, it's become $100 million. So landlord got $100 million instead of just less than $1,000 to $2,000 per month, maybe 4 months around $5,000 stuff. Instead, he got $100 million. So this is another example. Now, real estate, all of you know, I'll come back to the real estate. Now, a couple of the commodities part, that is people invest in, gold and silver, etc. Then a material objects also. The material object is actually, the antiques, paintings. So these are the things people invest and flip it and sell it. You buy and, right, this kind of a thing. And it will be amazing to see sometime people making money with that. That time some the currency, the old coin is a much, maybe how much time? You look at some of the old currencies, or maybe how old it is, it's become more valuable, right? And sometimes it might be 20,000 times, 30,000 times, like maybe around $1, it'd be equivalent to 20,000, 30,000 old. And if it goes to metallic age or iron age, something you get some material, it's at a much more value. So there are different ways of doing it. I'll tell you an example now. A material object is how it works. One of my workshop participants a couple of days ago reached out to me on an issue of making a website because she got an eBay store. eBay store, what she's selling. You may laugh if you know this product. It's one of the traditional product. It's found in most of the houses in Kerala. Okay, in my house had, and most of the temples has it, and most of the houses, actually was had a kind of a mug. You cannot say a mug. It's a kind of a vessel which is used of water, and we use it. It's made of a brass. It's called, you can search in Google, eBay, go to eBay. It's called in Malayalam word called Kindi, Kendy. Okay, Kindi. So actually she's literally selling it for what price? You'll be surprised to see the price, which is actually, I remember in my childhood, I used to buy less than $10. And it was when this become disappeared. Every house had it. Most of the houses which I've been is there, and even the temples has it, because that's the places actually the priest uses. Even many of my friends' houses, they go and they keep it in the along with another kind of a little what do you call it, noble kind of something like a Hindu traditional lamp along with that. And in my house, actually, when we do ablutions, we use this one. It's easy to pour the water. When the tap came, and now it's not recorded, this kind of thing. But you will be surprised to see I was laughing and laughing when she said, this is what I sell it, because she sell Kindi on eBay. Kindi is a word. And it's that's actually also used in a Malayalam word in a very funny way. And what price? You search in eBay, you'll be surprised to see $200. I asked her, why you're selling $200? She's saying, I'm getting. So how she started, when her house, the traditional house, when they were vacating, she got around 30, 40, 50 thing. And she left, she lives in Germany. So she left there and went to Germany. So one of the caretaker, this is there. So asked him to send the pictures, and she put on. And people are buying. And her stock is over. Then the caretaker asking to go in many houses and around collecting this one. Because many houses, it's kind of a waste. It's kind of a garbage. It's kind of they want to throw out. Okay. So that she started buying. It's free. Some of the people say, give me some money. And she's buying around 30, 40, 50, $100 maximum. $100 will not be there yet. That people will be happy about it. Many of the people give free. But in eBay, it costs that. So what my point is, sometimes some of the objects, sometimes we don't understand why that one. And same thing, who will buy it is another thing. So based on a buyer also, something will have a different price. And if you are a coin collector, you may pay for any money for a maybe 100-year-old. You say now, in the age of Alexander, I can give you some coin. People pay for millions of dollars, right? So the buyer is also, like WhatsApp got billions of dollars because of Facebook bought it. Again, buyer also matter. Sometimes we don't know. So sometimes your website tomorrow, who is the buyer is also play a major role. Who's buying this material? Many of the people, who really love that one, people are buying from different part of the world and buying it. That the product. I would like you to see that as an example. And I go to eBay and see this. Okay. So my point here is, so these are the things people are already flipping it is. So in a physical world. Now, online world, I just want you to have, before we go further in deeper, I would like you tonight or tomorrow, you need to go and visit the website, deal with this kind of a flipping. One of the most popular is a Flippa, especially for a beginners is a Flippa is good. And you'll be surprised to see the pricing in the Flippa.com. And sometimes you'll come back to me and say, why do you think the people buy a stupid website like this? And for what price? $7,500, $10,000, $75,000, $100,000. Exactly like a candy I talk about, simple stuff. People buy it. And we don't know with the buyer how they see value, number one. Number two, some of the business ideas are really amazing. And there are many people are looking for something, instead of starting from scratch, something somewhere to start. You think about something like this. Now, you're going through this 100 days of program. The 100 days of program, when you're going through, that keyword research and social media setup, website setup, affiliation, product adding, and opt-in list and business plan documentation, all the things you go through and start. So how about everything is there, start, right? So you have a AdSense account already. All the things you do, make it and start. This is one of the methods. That's the reason people pay the money. So I would like you to go to the Flipkart.com and see how the market for a seller. And anything tomorrow we'll discuss in detail about the valuation. Today little we'll cover. Valuation is an important part of the game here. So first we'll understand the business model, then we go to valuation. Every website gives you valuation. You can have your own valuation, and you can have a physical valuation. I mean, real physically human edified valuation. Then there are tools you can value as well. Okay. So this I would like you to experience and go and understand. And it is different interesting categories also you can see. So just a business idea people are keeping and making money. And what are the things they do? They actually do websites, mobile application, and domains, e-commerce, content, as I mentioned. They do various services, SaaS, even just an AdSense account. Now you want an AdSense account for something. So you can directly buy from an AdSense account, okay? So you can have that way. Now you can also have a kind of a different thing on to promote this website. You don't have to even reveal what's your idea. You can say this is what is exactly, but you contact me, then I'll give you. So you don't have to reveal your website. Even you can keep it confidential. Once through a broker, there is somebody called broker you can do, or sometimes you can interact to the buyer directly. You can do, or you are planning to sell it. Sorry, you are buying it, you have to contact the seller. So seller, buyer, and broker. This is a three entity here, of course, apart from the website. So a broker, a buyer, or a seller. So the three entities here. Now, to understand this how it works, before we thought, the best way to understand, you go through these sites and understand all the aspect how they do and how much the prices they're asking, and you will be surprised to see some of the ringtoperfection.com. It's a simple site. Which is an e-commerce site, is 175,000 they're asking, okay? And sometimes they will not reveal in a 600,000. Now, some cases there is like an eBay store or Amazon store. Also, you can sell it. So eBay store, as last time I told you about the price valuation, even eBay give out the price around 24 times into 36 times based on your monthly revenue. For example, you're making $1,000. The value of your your heap store is average. You have a value of $1,000 per month, which means around in a year time you made up $12,000. Your average value was 1,000, right? So 1,000 to 36,000 people give you for your eBay store if you hand over the ownership. So buyers prospect you. He invested 36,000. He get around $1,000 business every month. Your prospect, instead of I'm getting $1,000, let me give out this one. So that's another model. Okay. Now, there is another method. You can also see there is a bidding methods are there. You go and post. There are so many buyers and come and bid it. So sometimes you are not sure what the price people wanted to pay for it. And you can actually start bidding. So this marketplace, if you go and you can actually post your thing and then bidding, it can come to your website and then good price coming, you can actually sell it off. Okay, you can also do mobile applications in that way, create a mobile application and do it. So Flipkart.com is more apt for a beginners and the standard one. Now the standard and upper, if you wanted to go as Ember Flippers one, as I recommend. And this I have been telling, this is one of the best things all of you understand is how much money that companies given to the people, or the people who do 91%, people who listed their website, actually they sold out. And how much is the sales? You look at 30 days alone, you can see, and plus you can also see millions of dollars transaction happening, through one website alone. Okay. And as I mentioned, this actually I used to show to the people. What is the more important is the first question all these companies ask you, what's your niche? So your first part of business model, all of you choose like e-commerce or a affiliate or a blog, etc. Then you start with a niche. So that niche, they'll ask you what business model and how do it is. And how you monetized, how you generate revenue. So through advertising, through affiliate, through applications, through e-commerce, through drop shipping, you can mention, that's where you get it. And how much the price you're asking and how much your profit you're making. This is the two components. So Empire Flippers ask you this one, this is more into standard people. So Flipper is more even beginners. You can even go to admwebsitebuilder.com, choose a template, make a free website as a template without even domain name. Even that can be sold in Flippa.com. You may not make thousands of dollars, but $100, $200 people pay you. But that's easy it is. But in the Ember Flippers, it's a little more standard and upper, so you get that opportunity. And there you can actually, if you wanted to buy or you wanted to understand this game, the best method is to go through these sites and understand about. Sorry. Okay. Now, the first important is go and explore these opportunities. Which opportunities? The Flippa.com and Ember Flippers offering opportunities. So what you have to do, you go and do the website and search the different kinds of websites there, and go to that website and understand what they do and why that people are asking that kind of money. And you also understand what kind of a niche they're choosing and what kind of promotional method they're offering and what price they're looking and what is the profit they're making. All this information is publicly available. You just pretend as you want to buy something and explore it, or you don't even just explore the website is enough. But even if you want to understand more about it, you can actually even make a query, and you can even talk to the seller and interact with them. And even sometimes some of the website will have a seller interview, so they'll tell you why I'm selling. Some people say, I've got a job, I'm moving on, or sometime I want to retire it is, I want to go for a world tour, or I want to spend this money for my children education, or I'm getting married, or some people say, I made this website for flipping. For this price, if I'm getting, I'm sell up. This is my business. So all this interview will be there of the seller. So this interview will give you a complete idea what exactly they're looking. So this is the way in the website you'll have all the information to understand for monetization and businesses, or e-commerce business, or affiliate businesses, or a blog, or a social media to sell up. Now, the Flippa.com, as I mentioned, you can also do social media. Now, social media will be very interestingly, you can see you have 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, which has a value. Even the older your account, for example, now I can see around $5,000 is the price if you have a 2006 and 7 Facebook page you have, Facebook profile you have, Facebook account is, you get it. No, you just need an active account of 2006 and 7. Even a LinkedIn profile of before 2008 or 9, you also get a good price. So older it has a value. And domain name is also older. The domain, you have a more value, right? So and the dropship arrangement you are done, it has a value. So you can have all the things, go and explore and understand the market. So that's the best way to understand the flipping market at the moment before we go to strategies. So I would like you to go through today itself. Before tomorrow's program, I would like you to go through and understand, because then you'll understand all the strategies which we are discussing tomorrow. Today we discuss the scenarios. So even a digital products, a downloadable product, you can see people sell for a good. And you can also see the kinds of profit people making. People are making $68,000 per month. People are making $2,000 per month, $6,000 per month. So that's the site they're selling off. So basically, some of the sellers here, they build a website, so they use something called BOT model, build, operate, and transfer model. So they build up and start operating, if you might, and sell it off. So that's part of a standard flipping. So this is a standard flipping. It's not only beginner. So you build, operate, and transfer. One of the strategy I strongly recommend you use that method: build, operate, and transfer. So you build it, start operating for some time, then transfer it. So okay, that's one method. Now, if you're going for a larger methods, apart from the acquisition and merger, I recommend a site called feinternational.com, where you can see a bigger businesses. People are 2 million, 3 million business happening, 4 million business happening, and then they're selling for millions of dollars. Price is doing it, and that gives you complete details about how the revenue generated, how the net profit is there, and why they're selling it off, and what are the expected profit for the next year. Everything is mentioned, and complete details about the revenue generation and the valuation report, and everything will be there. And the niche potential, everything is but it's a large scale. So there's a third scenario which we discussed: beginner, standard, and long term. These are more on long term. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. That's what you make on it. So these 3 sites, and there are so many other websites, but these 3 sites specifically I'm talking about. All the 3 sites, actually, I had done a deal. I'm quite familiar. I'm always go through and understand which niche. Sometime before I finalize the niche, one of the things when most of you are reaching out and asking about opinion on niche, I said I'll get back to you. So when I think get back to you, I'll go to these sites and check if the same kind of a niche is there, and are they making a profit, and what's the price they're using. So one of the things, so for yourself also, tomorrow you wanted to finalize the niche, one of the things you go and do it. And there are so many other sites. Actually, a few examples I'll tell you. Afternic is one of the best sites for you to buy a domain. After the Sedow.com, of course, Sedow.com, we discussed it when we discussed about the domain name. For a Sedow.com is the best for buying and selling a domain, but Afternic also not bad. Afternic's advantages I noticed, actually, they really give a good domain which gives you a lot of traffic. You know that good domains gives you a lot of traffic. So that's one of the things you should be looking at. Now, the freemarket.com, and it's again a kind of a marketplace where you have website and domain, you can do it. Now, you also have a website broker. It's a very good, actually, their service is really good. You can actually do the, buy and sell on that one. Now, the website broker also has a good marketplace and do it. And motioninvest.com is another website where you can actually, a site you can buy and sell happening. And they also have a valuation is free. You don't have to pay any money. And most of the website, of course, yes, valuation gives you free, of course, you don't have to pay. When you go to with your website and ask them what's the price you give, they'll tell you what the price you should selling it. If you're planning to sell it, so they tell you a suggested price as well. And that's very important part, because it's even when to the buyer, you'll be telling that is, hey, my valuation is this much, my website valuation. So valuation, most of the thing is even to the people which is available. So now you're planning to sell a website, you're asking it $10,000 or $25,000. Now I'll also go and check with these website and what is your valuation. There's two kinds of valuation usually. One is a tool-based, that is automatically your website is verified, your website links and how many broken links, or your domain valuation, social media networks, everything will be verified, then show to you the price. So this is another method of valuing your website. Okay, so this that also the buyer understand already you have a value. So this is one of the strategy I'll discuss with you tomorrow, how you influence a valuation and get a good valuation for your website. So you can have a good valuation. So now, apart from you are asking the money, even the platform is selling this website is worth this much, so people buy it, right? So that's another one. So this is brokerage is that brokerage is fine. Then tomorrow I'll also discuss with you how we working with this, something called we have something called ADM website flipping. We are also building a marketplace. So now the people who are doing a business, especially those buying a niche store with us, an online shopping mart or your affiliate store, even our YouTube, we are planning to make it a marketplace ourselves. I'll share with you this plan, a kind of an insider information I'll share with you. So tomorrow you can take the advantage of our algorithm, our valuation method. So this in detail we'll discuss with you tomorrow as a strategy. But today, just go through all the sites which I give you, including ADM website flipping. Now, before we go to scenarios, before we understand the strategies and methods, we just spend some time on how the real estate works. So if you can understand real estate works, actually you can really understand how it works. Now, in the real estate, you can see different scenarios are there, right? So what are the scenarios in the real estate? Now, basically, you buy and sell a property. So now buy and sell a property. Why the property has a value? So many people want to do as a commercial space, maybe a cultivation land, maybe a farmer's land, maybe a commercial place, maybe a factory can be started, maybe just a beautiful place. That's it, right? So various things you have as a land or a building, you buy it and possess it and sell it. Now, most of these properties is two kinds. One is you have a regular revenue coming in, or sometime only flipping, tomorrow only selling it off, right? So now, for example, you buy an empty land today and keep it with you. Tomorrow the prices increase, so you sell it up. Some cases you buy it as, there is a cultivation can be done, and for that, farmers, you can give your income. Some cases, you build so all the scenario, the real estate comes in. So look at this more specifically one by one. Scenario one, you find a good location, and then that location place, that is going to grow. That's a place you invest. Some new building is coming in, or a new project is coming in, or new project is, you feel that there's a potential that a new road came in that area, new city came in that area, that city or a country, or countryside or the village, wherever you are, you saw that it's expanding. So then what you do, you will occupy a space there and part of that one. So then you do an investment there. Second one is sometimes you buy an apartment, right? And give it for a rent, right? So you invest, you buy an apartment, then you furnish it, you put sometimes the furniture, sometimes semi-furnished, and we do only interior and make it everything, and you have a maintenance is done, everything is done. Then you identify a tenant and you get a monthly revenue from that. So that's an investment you do, and monthly you get a revenue, and your money is not gone there because it may grow, the investment itself, plus monthly revenue you're getting. So monthly rent, this one. Now, what is the flipping here? Now you are continuously getting a good revenue. That there are a lot of examples. Even tenant itself will come and say, "Why don't you sell it?" There are a lot of examples. Now, sometimes you get a good price, you sell it, or sometimes you want to move on to another business or another investment, you sell it, or maybe sometimes your family, some people buy apartment, it may be when the girl's daughter marriage time or a wedding time, I want to sell it off, or maybe education time, or maybe a retirement time. I want to go for a world tour, I want to travel around, no money issue, so I want to sell it off and I want to do that. So various things people do on a real estate part, right? So this is a scenario one. So this can be tomorrow when we discuss about the strategy, the same way strategy on a website also we'll discuss. Now, what is scenario two? Now, scenario two is just buy a land. Just buy a land means just buy land, nothing else. There's an empty land you buy. And by looking at what the nearby, a lot of buildings are there, you think there is a opportunity there. So that you can actually compare as a domain name you can buy, or maybe a website, some particular niche you can come and keep it. So that's one method. Now, sometimes you buy a land and you build a house there, right? Not for you to live. You just bought a land for a throwaway price, and you also invest money to build the house. So both together, you invested, let's say, for $1 million. You sell that for maybe $2 million, $3 million, $5 million. So this depends upon how you build it, how you plan it. This is one of the businesses many people do, and many other people invest that way, right? Now, it's also a selling method, can be in a short term, it can be long term. Sometimes you stay for some time, then move on, then sell it off. Okay. And then sometimes, that many of the people invest in a house, something goes wrong, something uncertain thing happens, they always have peace of mind, I have their house to sell off. Sometimes the business losses happen, or sometimes something they want an urgently payment. So one of the things which is actually they can liquidate. Now, scenario number three, it's a real estate part. When you look at it, is that's more on a large scale. I mean, large scale is very common, and people make a good profit. Now, when you look at it, is this property which I'm showing you is not yet come. It's not real. It's only a project conceptualized by a company, but they started selling, and people buy now. Okay, so when you look at it, is there's an empty plot. Now, this project is not there now. Okay, it's not there. This is a plot. Even this plot is not owned by this company. Okay, you understand the scenario? So even they said, this is the place we are planning to build. Planning. Are you possessing the land? Actually, no. They're only planning. We are negotiating. Okay. Even some companies, even not there. I've seen a company put an advertisement because that company trusts people in. They say it is a north part of the Bangalore in India. We are planning to, between an airport and this one, we are planning to come out of projects. If you're interested, book it now. Only north part of the Bangalore, can be anywhere. That's only the information passed out, but many people, not one or two, around 280 people booked the apartment with more than $100,000. It's okay. That why they paid, because with something on a pricing advantage. I'll come to that one. So just on a thought, you share the people invest, right? Is it a wise investment? Most of the time, yes. Why? Because the project gives you a lot of advantage. So look at this project, how it is now. Now, this is an empty plot. Now, this empty plot, they're saying, this is the building we are going to make there. Just a paper, conceptualizing in the business idea and sharing it up. Now, they're saying that we are going to come out around 1,500 apartments and villas, and two categories now, luxury and semi-luxury, or a luxury and upper luxury, something I can call. So it's going to be a good city, which I'm showing a real project, but it's not yet come. Okay, this is one of my client project only I'm showing to you. But people actually bought 500 to 700 apartment is already blocked, and people paid money. And now the projected price of this project is approximately $1 million. With one of the big villas, and example price. Now, people say, now you pay only 500,000 when the project is up and the launching time. So the inauguration day, after building the website, after building the building and are ready to occupy, and that's the time they say, okay, now we have around 700, we already sold out because the people already booked. Now we have another 700 or 750 or 800. This each one is a price is, let's say, $1 million. But I can give you price for a 500,000 and can reach around 1 million or 2 million within no time. So people buy it, right? Once everything is ready, that's what the majority of the people take a decision after seeing the apartment. I want to take a decision. Most of the people. But there are wise people. There are intelligent people. They have a vision-oriented people. They, instead of paying a 500,000, they only paid 100,000. When the company's conceptual time, there was a premium offer. They offered the price. This 1 million worth of the project, our inaugural price will be 500,000. But I can give you, this is for now 100,000. But we don't have anything. Just a conception stage. We are negotiating for a plot. We are negotiating with the people to build it, etc. Then there is another stage comes up. Whether that is now when they acquire the land, then there is say we are going ahead. So but the real estate company increases the price. It's around $200,000, right? So when we reach $200,000, still now people are become convo. They have acquired a land. They are going to do a little more closer, but the price went up. Now the price went up. This person of online $100,000, even he sell for 200,000. He is not occupying the land, not occupying the plant, but he has the contract with him. Now, once the construction happened, that's the time most of the people actually look into another 1 year, 2 years, especially the people go for a bank loan and all. This is the time they look into the construction. So then that 1 million worth property, they get a deal of 300,000. So now the people paid 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Now almost completion stage, that will be around 400,000, right? Now same kind of property, once it becomes ready, it's a $500,000. So you can see a different price here. So now the person who invested for 100,000 and the person who invested 500,000, same plant apartment they have. And it's worth another 1 or 2 years time is going to be worth 1 million example. Now the person who invested for 100,000, he get a 900,000 profit. The person who invested for 500,000, he get a 500,000 profit, right? Hope you got this idea. So same thing is applicable for business also. Now, by the way, I just want to tell you this example, why this company could sell it to very high is that previously, I think around 2007-8 period, when the conceptual side, the person who paid $30,000 and he got around, when I'm now leaving that apartment, my neighbor who paid only 300,000, not 300,000, sorry, $30,000, and another person who's paid actually approximately $100,000. So you can see, both neighbors are paid a different price, almost same apartment, but only thing is they took a decision early and decision time. So this in a real estate world, hope you understand this is very common, which is applicable for online business as well. So this people sell for that way as well. Now, one more scenario you take up. So I believe you're getting this idea. Now I'm going to talk to you another scenario with a more realistic example. And this is a more appropriate for us to understand as well. Okay. Now, first is, Mr. Mr. Murak from Turkish entrepreneur. He's coming to coming to Doha. So he came to Doha. He's an entrepreneur from Turkey. He came to Doha, looking at this. Qatar is going to be great by 2022. World Cup is coming. He believes as an entrepreneur, he has a hope, he has a confidence. Qatar is going to do great. And he also may be believing in Qatar Vision 2030, and he's looking at the Middle East economy and the global economy. So that's what exactly an entrepreneur do analyze, right? What is smart market potential? Will back that assumption, that thought, that vision. That's what an entrepreneur is doing. Now, what kind of an opportunity? You have thousands of opportunity for every segment, right? Every country he comes, a lot of opportunity. So he found he wanted to start in a restaurant because he has an experience, he has a skill, he has a passion, he knows it, he'd run it earlier, and now he wanted to start a chain of restaurant, starting with one. So he wanted to start a chain of restaurant before 2022. He knows there are around 5 to 10 stadiums out there. Every stadium he's having, and he wanted to franchise this restaurant later. So this is what is exactly he's looking for. Now, what are the things he wanted to start with us? Now, when he come to Qatar, maybe Qatar is new to him. He wanted to identify a good location, right? And he also wanted to identify and to do a good interior. That is a major portion of the restaurant business, right? Now, of course, the branding part of that, identifying a good name, good logo, good, pleasing one, an appealing one, people should feel is a great restaurant. And of course, the menu play a major role, right? What variety of menu, maybe Turkish restaurant or Middle Eastern restaurant you want to start, etc. Now then he need to do, what are the things he should do? He find a location and he need to deal with the landlord and do negotiation and do a fixed rent and lease agreement or rental agreement and do a deal with that. And of course, he's from Turkey. He's come to Qatar based on a local rule. He need a sponsor, and he had to identify the right sponsor, a good sponsor who agree for the terms and be part of that 51% of the business technically with him, but he don't want to be practically with that, and I'll give him some money every month, that kind of a sponsor arrangement he does. Then there is a huge licensing process of different places, right? Different places, you have to go to around 17 different places to our licensing, different department to do. And then you need to have to run this restaurant business, and different kinds of a staff required, maybe chef, waiters, you need a admin department, you need a promotional part, you need a marketing part, and you need people to handle everything. So there is a staff he need to recruit and set up this. And of course, today, need to have a technology, you need a website, you need a mobile application, maybe social media, and home delivery, and to be tracked. There is a billing system, there is a barcode, there is a CRM method, there is a loyalty program, everything you need to build up. And of course, the promotion is the most important thing, right? Now, to do online and offline promotion, to say that there's a fantastic restaurant, you come and do it, etc., you do that one. Now, then go to the marketing activities to attract the people already dining out. Why should a person come to me? And a new restaurant, why, to shifting from another restaurant to a new restaurant, it takes time, right? And that is actually worrying. All the things to do, I have only 2 years left out now. All the things to take, everything it takes time, right? He's worrying about the time. Okay, so this is a one just to think about this Burak from Turkey, an example. Now, at the same time, what is happening in the Qatar market is meet Mr. Khalid from Lebanon. He's running a Lebanese restaurant in Qatar. Okay, now he has a fantastic, beautiful location. A restaurant is there. This restaurant is very nicely he done, and people really love it. Fantastic, very modern looking, and in a very good location. And he also have a good website. People visit his website, place order with us, and he update and connect with the people, etc. And he also have fantastic branding, and people knows by looking at the name itself, people know that's the restaurant. And he also has a good chefs. He also employed good number of people, and the people chefs from his restaurant is already known. He brought these chefs from different part of the world and made them to work and working with us. And based on that, he also came out with a great menu, and people love his menu and known for it. And all the things he's doing very well is working. But he's make approximately $80,000 per month by doing this business. And the part is actually overall his expenditure is 100,000. So he's not making profit. You can see so many businesses like this, right? They're not making a real profit. Now, he completed 1 year. So when you look back as a 1 year activities, he's making approximately 20,000 loss every month. So it's a huge loss. And now he's exhausted, or maybe as an entrepreneur, he feel it is now, I need to move on. As an entrepreneur, maybe his life situation changed. So many things happen. Now, if after 1 year or after 7 months or 8 months or a 1 year time, he could see him not able to grow next level. Okay, not next level. Maybe something is missing, something USP is missing. Now, then what he does? Now, what he does is so many people say, the first thing people say, you're running a business loss. What do? People say you close down. That's not the right answer, actually. Closing down is the last solution and the least solution. I think you should not close down. And if you plan for exit strategy, you should not think about a closing down. There is a different thing. So here is actually, as a wise entrepreneur, what he does. He'll not immediately, many other people what is one of the talent. This is what is exactly all of us should understand emotionally. Usually what happens is in the market is, we all are connected to family, friends, and good people around us. And they may not understand entrepreneurship. Sometimes they don't understand the vision. They don't understand how it works. So the moment every month you are losing 20,000 and you may be sharing as a human being, so immediate advice, hey, close down, get out of that. That will be the thing. So when you think about Khalid closing down his business and 1 year later, and with a good menu, with the good chef, good branding, good website, good location, good interior, Lebanese restaurant, when he closed down, everything goes waste. Okay, right? You think about that. You closing down, everything going to be waste. Now, the location, definitely, what the landlord asked them, this interior you have to remove. And when you remove interior, not even 5% of the investment what you have done, you don't get back. And furniture will not have a price, right? And in the location, you lose it. Good locations always, the moment it is empty, someone else take it, because location is the important part. And the moment you close down, your website is actually become, there's no point you're having a website. And your branding, you close down the closed business, loss-making business, your entire thing is spoiled. You built up last 1 year. The moment you close down, right? And the chefs goes, they look for a different job and they want to move on with their life. And they go with another 3 years or 5 years contract and you don't get that back again you want to do. And because you did an effort for looking at the 5 years of vision. So, and your menu become meaningless, right? So all the things, so that's the reason closing down, it's always you make a loss. You lose a lot of resources. Closing down should not be the option there. So of course, it's where flipping and sale is the better. So how about here is meeting Burak and Khalid? That's my point. Now, Burak from Turkey coming and setting up now, Khalid from Lebanon, he wanted to get out of the system. So how would the meeting? So now when the Khalid can go to Burak and say, see, I have everything. I invested this much. I make 80,000. I'm handing over to you the business of $80,000 per month. I'm giving you everything. So his value of the business, as per the logic which we discussed earlier, it will be 24 times or it will be 36 times, or depends upon the valuation of what the investment he has done there. So here Khalid is making money, more profit he making. He lost 20,000 into 12 months, right? So the 240,000 he lost it. Now he might get a 1 million, 2 million, 3 million more than what he invested, plus the loss he made, and branding has a value, and entire business has a valuation. Why should the Burak pay? Because Burak saved the time. Burak, everything is ready, and the branding, there is existing customers are there, and loyalty program, technology is there, and the location is done, licensing is done, sponsor is there, bank account is there, everything is ready for a Khalid to Burak's start is there. So everyone has a win-win situations here. This is exactly the way you also should treat your website. That's my point. Now, that's what exactly today, beginning time I told you. Now, like Khalid, you set up a business earlier, and the Khalid actually did everything well. So tomorrow you also maybe sometimes of this case of case, you are not able to make the way you are planning to do. And so what do? You close down. Actually, it goes waste. Enter your keyword research, your SEO, your social media. So there, you need to make more money than you invested. So you invested $100,000, you should get a $36,000, right? So $360,000, or maybe you're a $3.6 million. So that's the way you need to scale it and vision it. And things goes wrong. This is a little pessimistic approach I'm talking about. All other three scenarios which I spoke to you, you're making a higher profit. Now you are running a business, you are not doing great. So what you do? You need to flip it with higher profit. This is a very, very important aspect. Okay. So this is one of the important thing. All of us is realize it is and plan it. This is actually exactly my second and third slide, which I spoke to you, your plan B. You need to think about, you set up a website today and you work on a 3 months or a 6 months or a 1 year time. And what is the value that is? Today, it's maybe a conceptual stage. You not even finalize the niche. Tomorrow, you finalize the niche. You have a keyword, you have customers, you have social media, you have an email, opt-in list, and you have a product, you have a partnership, you have an affiliation, you have an AdSense account, you have payment gateway arrangement. All the things you had done, it has a huge value. A person wants to start new, he'll pay a lot. You think about like this. Instead of you are doing all this headache, how about you are getting all this website from someone else who already created a good logo, good brand, good domain, good customers, already business running. Tomorrow onward, that business is yours. Now, every day he's making already $100. So do you pay more? Of course you'll pay, right? So now you are building everything to make $100 per day. So instead, you just buy a business already making $100 a day. So there is a many website. You go to flipkart.com, empireflippers.com. They have this one. You can actually buy that directly, right? So this is one of the things you need to have a vision in your mind. This you need to plan, okay? Now, it is something not new I'm talking about. It is already there happening, right? So here, the domain flipping is very common, and many people actually save their life, change their life by flipping their domain. Now, domain flipping is basically, as you know, it's a real good art. People think about something and get it done. So now we go and see the different opportunities the flipping business offer. Now, domain, website, social media, the three things, the majorly we discuss about it, and there's a subcategories as well. But majorly we discuss about the domain, website, and how it works on. So the scenario to understand the strategy is very important. Okay. Now, domain flipping part, one of the things actually I'm not covering in detail on domain aspect because on a day 9, July 11th, we cover in the training. I would like you to go to and refer the notes as well as the recording. In their details, we discuss one day on when you discuss the domain name. Now, as you know, domain are very expensive because one person get one domain in the world. Billions of people, billions of websites, and most of the domains people register themselves and they get a value. And this you know that today, for whatever domain you wanted, usually the best domain you thought about is not available. It's owned by someone or it's a premium. What is a premium? Someone to decide to flip it. So majority of the domain which you wanted, you can see it's a flipping. Now they put it on a premium for a flipping. Now you can also see the people, not only their business idea, sometimes some new word comes out. Like we never thought about COVID-19 till December, right? So COVID-19.com, someone registered. It's a good value. And pandemic word, we never use this way. So pandemic is very common. And something new come to the market, something new trend is coming in. Like for example, the moment FIFA announced the 2022 FIFA Qatar, immediately people went and registered the FIFA 2022 Qatar 2022, Doha 2022, like so many domains they registered. Because 10 years ago, they're looking for 5 years later, 10 years later, to sell this domains for a higher price. So that's what exactly they're looking. So this is the one of the major opportunity in terms of a website. Now look at this one, business.com. What is the price of the domain? The business.com is sold for $345 million. What is the investment the owner done? $12 or $14. That's the maximum they do. So the investment of a $12 or a $15, even that renewed 10 times, okay, 10-year-old, think about it. You go and try it out, it's a $120. They got $345, but he registered business.com. That's important, right? Now, Las Vegas is a $90 million. LasVegas.com, Someone raised it, it's got that's the price they got it for one domain, 90 million. Okay. Now, carinsurance.com is a $49 million. So one domain of $12, $15, $20, which people pay, and maybe 10 years, 20 years they're renewed out. So it's gone $200, $300 investment is becoming $49 investment. Now, insurance.com is a $35 million. So that's what is exactly, people thought about insurance.com. Now, vacationrentals.com. Okay, this is again a $35 million is investment. Vacation rental, it's a 2 words, because I agree these are a single word, very difficult word. Car insurance is a 2 word. Even 2 word domain also get a value of a 49 million or 50 million and $100 million actually. Okay, so vacation rental is not that great, but still they got a $35 million. So basically, one of my point is people buy and sell these kind of a domain, and you get a good price. So how you look into that one? And I would like you to go to Sedo.com or any other domain website registration companies where you search for your domain and what the price it's coming. You need to search it and understand it, and where you get a good value for it. You can see what the price. Even I myself is looking to pay a very good price for some of the domain which I wanted. And every year I think, let him lose it, let him not renew it. Last, I think, around 8 years now. And he never forget. Okay, so you know that I wanted the domain, but he's not ready to sell it up for the price which I wanted. And he's asking huge money, he's asking around $50,000. I was ready to a certain stage around even $10,000 to pay, but no. It's people don't give out that way. Okay. Now, so I would like you to say go to Sedo.com and experience this. You can buy from there, you can park it from there, you can sell it. What does it mean by parking? You can keep the domain there. Good price comes, you sell it. Okay. So what is the very easy step? I would like you to, nothing substitute unless you go and understand this one. So tomorrow, all the strategies which we discussed for you to understand today and before the program, I would request all of you to go through and register an account and try to understand what is happening in that marketplace. Okay. So what you do, go to Sedo.com and you want to buy on I would like you to try both. You can actually try with both 2 email IDs or same email IDs. You want to sell it, you want to buy it. Both market you to understand, right? So try to understand one. So step 2, and then start selling a domain. There's a button called start selling a domain. Click there. Then you create an account, username and password you give it. And so they'll ask you about the now multiple domain or one domain. You can actually do multiple domains. If you have 10 domains for a .com, .in, that's what people do. .com, .net, everything they register. Okay, because one domain they're selling, they can have that one. Then you can actually, you have to click on I agreed. Then submit it is, which then you can sell that way. So your existing domain, you can place this way there. And they'll also ask you approximate price. Now, one catch is there. I think I used to say to everyone, if you ask your domain price more than $10,000 for one domain, so some companies will ask you even for parking the amount. Some companies will not ask you. Some companies will ask you. Some people can ask you even for any amount. For Sedo.com will not ask you money if it is less than $10,000. So you just reduce $1 so you can register free. So you don't have to worry about that aspect. Okay. Now, second one is actually now how you buy the domain from there. So you go to step, if you wanted to buy a good premium domain, and you can again sell it for a better price. So you find out, and nowadays, in the COVID-19 time, many of the products price the people are ready to sell for a smaller money. Why? Because many of the people lost jobs, many of the people who taken as investment, they want to liquidate the money for various things because the economy, many of the people has something is left out. It's again a digital asset. That's why tomorrow I'm covering that point. It's a digital asset. Its advantages. The thing is there. It just has a difference. So think about it as people bought Amazon shares. Their share value went up. All other businesses. So many of the people invested in Marriott. Many of the businesses invested in IHG. All their shares came down. But the people who invested in Amazon, the shares went up. Similarly, here the domain as an asset. So even the pandemic, maybe a natural calamity, the digital one is there. I know one of our workshop participants, the last year, the flood situation happened. He lost his business, he lost his house, virtually everything vanished and it was not there. And he restarted his life with selling of his affiliate website. That's the only thing he left out. And he said, please help me to sell this. Any price, I am ready to sell it because I have nothing now. So because now physically whatever he owned, and because of the kind of an avalanche situation happened, and because of the flood, the house is gone. Because of flood, the entire business is collapsed, the building collapsed. So that kind of even natural calamity, what he left was the website, because it was digital, it was there safe. And he was not giving a lot of attention. He just started understanding about how the affiliate business works and the business works, and sometimes he spends some time and he chooses his own niche. It's not very active, but still he could sell off the site with much a higher price. And of course, we also put a lot of effort to help him to get that price, at least more than the double what he invested to get it. So similarly here, even one digital asset, you have a different asset. You have an FD, you have a shares, you have a gold, you have a house, you have a property, you have a car. You also should have an online asset. Okay, so as an asset is grow, that it's growing exponentially. So domain is one of the best assets. So you can also go and buy premium domain, not only 12, because sometimes you are not able to think. You can see a good premium domain is a good price. Sometimes some domains which is people sold for a damn cheap price. Example is me, and people told me that's a stupid thing I had done. I sold for one domain for $1,500. People told me, surely you would have got a $10,000 if you wait for 3 to 6 months by putting a bidding. But that particular month, I needed $1,500. It was so urgent, so I sold it for it. So the person who bought it, he actually sold that later for $27,000. So $1,500 he bought me, and before $27,000 within a year time, within less than a year time. So you can have that kind of an opportunity also. That you can see this kind of a domains available in the Sedo.com like a place, and understand. And same pattern you can actually copy and buy even from $12 from GoDaddy. That depends upon how you look into. So what you do, it is you want to find a good perfect domain and go, and you can see all the domain there, and you can also see the price it's putting it on. And for example, a domain they're selling now, full self-driving.ai is asking how much it is. $500,000. Full self-driving AI, 4 words domain. It's not one word, not 2 words. It's asking 500,000. Now you can see the pupils. Now you'd get an idea about. There is another domain. You can see it is a ado.re. It's a $5,000. So you can see this kind of a market there, what is happening, and choose that one. Then you pay amount, and the most of the time when there is a service charge of usually the buyer don't have to pay, the seller pay. For example, you're buying from someone, they charge around 25%, 20% of the amount they receive. Okay. Now, this is about the domain name. Now I'm going to do an example. I want you to try the website. So you go to empireflippers.com and you go and see the empireflippers.com. You can see the marketplace, everything, and you can go sell your website. You click on sell your website, and then you can also go for a valuation for your website before you're putting your valuation. You can click on a valuation tool and get your valuation. And valuation can be 2 types, as I mentioned, which is automatic valuation they give you. Some companies give you free manual valuation. Some companies will charge you for it, maybe $100, $75, sometimes $500. They give you charge. There are some companies even do a premium valuation where professional companies value it. So this is another method on it. So you get the complete question, how much your monthly you're making. So that's one of the question. What's your gross revenue? What's your net profit? For example, you're making $100,000, and how much the money you're making? $50,000. Okay, you have to say. So based on that, you have valuation change it. Okay, how many unique website visitors you have? So that has a value. And how many email subscribers you have? That has a value. And how many unique revenue channels you have? And how many social media followers you have. So all these things make a value. You understood? Now, when you go and sell it, the companies ask you these questions. So you need to have this as a, to make it, to sell it. So tomorrow in the strategy part, we'll discuss how you plan it for this one. Now, once you give these details, they give you valuation. So you know what the price you should ask, plus even the same, the price valuation, these companies recommend also. So which means a buyer will have an understanding about what kind of a price the company is offering. So if you are asking $100,000 and the website is already valued around 80,000-90,000, definitely he'll pay. Now, there's valued around 100,000, you're asking 1 million, then you should have a substantial evidence for this, or sometimes it's 80,000, you're selling 50,000, easy for selling, because in any valuation is there 80,000, say that I'm in urgent, I lost my job or my pandemic situation, my business is not doing good and my family want money, I'm selling it off. So many people buy it. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Now, then you'll also have another method, valuation time. They will also give you what type of a website and what is the final valuation for maybe 10,000. Difference of the average price recommended. You can actually, they'll suggest you based on that, you can put your website price. Now, you're something else. There are a few terminologies which I'll discuss with you tomorrow, how the valuation calculated, that is per email subscriber, how much you earn, per earning, per visitor, how much you earn, and last 6 months, how much. There's a few calculation that you need to understand to get the pricing part, then we can do. Okay. Then once the valuation part is there, they'll also ask you what kind of a business model is your website. So are you an affiliate, or are you an e-commerce website, or an FDP, FDA website? So that way you can, you need to classify it, and then take you to the next page. They'll ask you your website details, your URL, and what is the next profit you're making, all the things. You fill it up and give the details, all transparent and honest one. Do not lie here. Even your lie does not make sense to you, because people cross-check before buying. Please don't think that you can fool them. So you do this one. Okay. Now, some website, as I mentioned, they'll charge you some price, $300 or $97, depends upon the valuation you're coming. Some website is free. Okay. So it's up to you. You want to invest this money to park there, or you don't want to do, there's a free website also there. Embedded Flippers is a good thing is if you're an average good website, they give you good value, and as I told you, they have a success rate of 91%. So you put 100 website, 91 website can be sold, right? Okay, your 10 website, 9 website can be sold. So that's a good thing. Okay, then you submit and you get it. Now, same way you can also buy. You go and choose one website, go to marketplace, find out the niche and how much is the price, the listing price, and how much is the monthly revenue they're making, and last 10 months how much they made. And then click on a buy now. And sometime you need to pay some kind of a deposit before start negotiating with that. This is actually sometimes it's refundable, sometimes non-refundable. It depends upon the website. It changes, and you can have that one. Okay. Now this website you buy there's a migration process. Sometimes you want to change the server, you can do. You want to transfer the domain, you can do. An agreement arrangement will be there. All the thing part. Now, this is for, as I told you, about a high value, valuation part. Now, the Flippa.com is basically, as you know, even your concept, you can sell it. Even your business idea can sell it. And, it's very easy for you to sell it to various things. As I mentioned, you can sell a mobile application. You can also sell a website. You can sell a blog. You can sell a YouTube channel. You can sell a social media profile, your Facebook, your Instagram, everything you can sell it in places. Now, you need to select a category, like when you're selling, you want to sell a domain or a established website or a starter, or they also, you can see in a Flippa, when you're starting, they'll ask you, are you a starter or a template? Even you're not starting a website, you choose a domain name, choose a template and put even without a domain name. You'll have a URL. For example, as I mentioned, ADM website builder.com, you find out a good template and identify, make it in a proper, looks like a great, then you can you can sell it. And you don't get like a $50,000, $100,000. You get maybe $5,000 for that business idea. So how you do that one is important part. Okay. So enter the URL. And if it is a mobile application, give all the answers. And if there's mobile app, your verification will be there for it. Okay. And it's the same thing. You can also buy from there. You can buy in a ready to start affiliate businesses, and there are applications you can buy. And sometimes even you have very small price, even at $6, $10 also some people will sell to you. So that cheap also you get some time to buy from them. So my point here is you can buy and sell all the things from these sites. So I would strongly recommend all of you to go through flipkart.com, empireclippers.com, feinternational.com. You register as a both. Then you have a complete idea of this one, and tomorrow's strategies really make sense to you. You also get a tomorrow peace of mind for your business uncertainty. If the business is not working, if I don't make a profit, you are not a loser. You make money more than what you invested. And sometimes you make a much higher profit, as we never know. So this is what is exactly the most important part for you to understand. Now, before we close today, the most important part is I would like to tell you a few important, the large scale game. That's a vision I would like you to have as an entrepreneur. And a few examples, I want you to go and study how the market is playing. So sometimes we don't understand why these companies, the valuation is. And this, please try to understand one more thing. This valuation process, which I'm going to tell you, is millions of dollars, not thousands of dollars, not $100,000, millions of dollars and billions of dollars. As a common man, we may not understand some of the valuation, because that's a macro part of a macro economy, but it's a reality, right? It's a reality. So for example, you take a Souq.com. That's an e-commerce website. I don't know, 3 years ago, you looked into the website, a very, very ordinary website. The platform was not impressive. Many things was not impressive, but the story is different, right? They have 31 categories, around 8.4 million products. And especially they carry to consumer electronic, fashion, healthcare, and beauty household items. And 45 million visits they had per month. That's a good plus point they had. And it's founded in 2005. And it was the Middle East biggest company, right? Souq.com, it was the biggest in the Arab world. And Amazon.com acquired Souq.com. That story, 2017, right? So in 2017, according to that, $700 million to $1 billion was the deal. 700 million officially confirmed. Many Arab newspapers and Arab reporters, a $1 billion deal. We never know. Sometimes the cash maybe shared together, maybe around 1 billion. So approximately, anyway, $700 million was the value. According to the Financial Times report, this was $650 million. Okay. Now, I have a question. Now, why should Amazon pay 600 million or 700 million to a Souq.com instead of Amazon? See, Amazon knows this business, right? Amazon knows the technology, how it works, how the strategy, how it works, business works. And they have the money to set up a fantastic businesses in Arab world, setting up the headquarters like in Dubai or maybe any other Middle East, to target the Arab market. Then why should Amazon paying at 600 million? The same thing, all this kind of website, all the things Amazon can do less than $1 million, yes or no? And the moment Amazon start, they also get a traffic. But Amazon valued that because they have everything is ready, and especially the consumers are there. And that's what exactly Amazon valued, the consumers and the network they had, and the staff member they had, Arabic-speaking staff members, the team the company has, the existing the major this has gone to the consumers, so the customers, the market, those who buy it regularly from Souq.com. Plus, second was some staff members and team members who's already working with Arab-speaking community. Everything is they already have, right? So that's the way the company is valued. So now here is point to be noted. Why they got a $650 million? Because the buyer was Amazon.com. Other company cannot pay that kind of money, right? So this is a very, very important point, all of you to understand. Okay, so think about who's buying is also matter for the value of yours. So that's the reason you need to buy a good buyer, okay? Now, look at another site is a Jabong.com. This site, I always say an example of e-commerce and affiliate, right? This is an e-commerce and an affiliate website bought over by Flipkart.com. So actually founded by, a couple of, relatives and friends. And Flipkart.com bought for $70 million in 2016. So now it's part of a Flipkart.com family. And later Flipkart.com bought over by Walmart.com, right? For a few $billion, $18 billion. Now, another example you take is a Jet.com, founded in 2014. And it's a goods website, and it's again a Walmart acquired with them in around $3.3 billion. Again, a buyer has played a major role here. And Lazada Group was actually brought an e-commerce company in 2011, and it is Alibaba bought over them, and it's again millions of dollars, and $129 million. So Tesco bought over that. Now, this story I think I shared with you. I'll share with you again at diapers.com. Two fathers actually founded this company. So one father called to another father. They're friends. They call, hey, you have a diaper. My daughter's diaper got over. So can I come and pick some diaper from you? So then he immediately said, I also don't have a stock. I'm worried I don't have it. I'm planning to order tomorrow. I'm going to buy from the shop tomorrow. So that night, these two gentlemen, two fathers, took a decision to start a diapers.com. Diapers.com, the niche is diapers, only varieties of diapers they started, diapers.com. And this diapers.com later, Amazon.com bought over $545 million. And it's interestingly, 2017, Amazon.com shut down the diapers.com because they said everything moved to Amazon.com. Here is 2 points. One is diapers.com, when they bought over that market, they got it. And Amazon also removed the competition there in the market. Otherwise, Amazon has a competition from diapers.com. But the point to be noted is less than $20,000 investment when they started the business. They sold for $545 million as a diapers.com. So that's a success story we are talking about. I don't know how many of you seen the recent interrogations by the congressmen in US. Did with all the corporate giant, Apple, Apple and Facebook and Google. Everybody is called by congressmen. One other question was asked by the congressman to the Jeff Bezos was about diapers.com. You bought by diapers.com and you closed the diapers.com, right? You've seen it. That's an acquisition got it for him. He's saying that to avoid the competition. So sometimes the companies, your competitor maybe buy your website. Competitor maybe buy from you the keyword. I told you an example of original Hyderabadi pearl. The moment I said I wanted to sell it off, my competitor was interested in. So the competitors actually also buy from you. And maybe a future competitor also to buy from you. So this also you need to think. So you can compete with and make a competition with another person. You can get a good price on it. Okay. So another example is Joya.com. So Joya.com, so also sold at a good price. It's was founded in China. It's China based, and Amazon is interested in China market. So Amazon also bought from them $75 million. And it's again, like in Amazon started, they're also selling most books, but they bought it because a lot of subsidiaries in China market, the Amazon had it. So like when you look at it, there's so many examples you can see. We don't have much time, so I'll leave it to you the site's name. I would like you to go and understand the price they sold, and they also have a lot of stories. Also learn about the blog and understand about it. There are a few affiliate websites also good money got it. I'll just show you a couple of them. And even affiliate website, you get a $125 million. Different sites. Like an affiliate. Audible was an affiliate website in 2008 started and founded by Don Katz, and it's continued as an affiliate website. And it's actually bought over a part of an eBay corporation, and he's also made a good money with that. Okay, so so there is Amazon.com. Not to eBay. Amazon.com bought over for $300 million. Now it's a subsidiary of Amazon, so it was an affiliate of Amazon. Then Amazon bought over. So that is another thing all of you should look into. You become an Amazon and you make a good traffic from Amazon, and Amazon interested in your website. That's the one strategy. Many people use it. With the Amazon, which is not focusing some on the keyword, they find that keyword. Then that keyword they will target and make a traffic. One option. Second one, they compete with Amazon and fight with Amazon and make a ranking and make it rank. So Amazon would be interested in another way. So this is another method of your making on it. So another example is a DoubleClick. This again, this actually Google bought over this company for a $3.1 billion in 2008. So there are so many examples like that. I'll leave it to you. I would like you to go through these examples. I put the story and the people example also. As an entrepreneur, you look into how they started and what they did right to get this one. So that's we have so many things to learn from them, and the decisions they're taken, and how they sold, and what the value they got it. So tomorrow we also can understand maybe a large scale, maybe in a similar small game, we'll be able to do. Now, even a CPA, cost per action network is also sold as a good money. It's a $300 million. So like that, you have hundreds and thousands of examples. I've given around 10 to 25 examples like this for you to get this one. You remember that a couple of days ago, we discussed about the coupon-based website. So Retail Me Not is basically a coupon website, and they do vouchers and retail and all the things. And they also sold for they are affiliated, of course, with the various company and they sold it as an affiliate. It's just a coupon company. Okay. So like that, you see so many examples. I would like to do this thing today, tomorrow, before we discuss about the various strategies. And you can see so many websites. People start and getting a good revenue, including for affiliate website. Okay, so it's not, I'm talking about $1,000 or $20,000. They made millions of dollars, $100 million. There are so many things. Okay, so even an affiliate website makes money. Okay, again another example. Even $1 million, Amazon paid to the company to portion of the store, and they merged with that. Including Alexa, it was actually acquired by Amazon.com earlier. So many other projects which you see, like a YouTube, was acquired by Google.com. So all the people who made the value, they got this acquisition opportunity. This is one of the good opportunity we also should be looking into, and to get a higher price, higher value. So this is one of the vision we also should have. One more thing is, one thing, people also, all the companies also value the team you create. Now, many of the companies, when acquisition time, one of the first question they ask, what's your team size and how long have been they working with? So this is another asset as well. So not only an online asset, you also should have a team members or a tie-ups or arrangement with a dropshipper arrangement, your affiliate merchant arrangement, AdSense account. I mean, similar to AdSense account, apart from AdSense account, of course, AdSense account also as a value. Now, all the things come together, we have a very, very, very lucrative opportunity for the world. So all this website also got a kind of a publicity, like awards and events. They had a lot of webinars and events. So they made a branding as well, and they got a lot of other recognition as well. So my point is, before we end, then I'll join you in the mastermind one. Website flipping will be one of the fastest growing online market in the coming years. Not now. Now the people who wanted to buy in the COVID-19 time, they're buying a ready-to-earn money website. So people immediately wanted a revenue. So this is the time. That's one of the things I recommended, especially on affiliate website. Also, 4 website strategy. I recommended 4 website strategy. One you can sell as a beginner. One you can sell as a standard one. One you can sell a large one, and one you can operate. So 4 website you have it. Same kind of an effort, same kind of a methods, same kind of a strategy, same kind of a tools is enough to run a 4 different thing. You can also flip it that way. So this strategies we'll discuss in detail in tomorrow. Before you coming back to tomorrow, I would like to request you to go through all the major sites which I said. Also go through the notes in detail and understand how it works. So thank you so much, all of you, for patiently listening today. I believe today you got a lot of information, and this should be part of our vision planning for you to have. What do you call for that? The flipping, right? In general. So I'm looking forward all of you to be looking this as an opportunity and as part of your business building part. Okay. So I'll join in. I know that today will be a fantastic session in the mastermind. I request all of you to join in the mastermind group, and we'll in detail. I'm looking at a fantastic discussion in the mastermind group. Thank you so much.